Real news, anytime, anywhere. CBSN.
This is extraordinary.
This is important.
This is historic.
This is
what they have to contend with.
This is some of the worst of Florence.
This is bigger, though, than opening up the borders.
This has altered your life.
This is what it's like covering a story here in China.
This.
He'll have you at Aloha. Magnum PI. New episode CBS tonight.
Hey, I'm returning your stuff. Your motor oil, your paint, and all your other trash. You dumped it on the ground and it washed down the storm drain and into my water. Don't let it happen again. Or next time, I won't be so nice.
Stop polluting Kentucky's water by keeping trash off the ground. To find out how you can help, visit our website.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 5 o'clock. I'm Will Puckett on this Monday. Thank you for watching Mountain News This Morning. As everyone knows, Friday, Cassidy Stricklet went on to pursue something else. We're going to miss her, but you get Brandon and I for the remainder of who knows how long. But we're going to start off this morning with a severe weather alert day as we are expecting a round of winter weather coming into the mountains. And so let's check in with Brandon this morning, who's going to give us a better breakdown of what to expect as we go in later to your Monday and your Tuesday rolls around. So let's bring Brandon in on the fold. And Brandon, what are we exactly going to expect as we keep on rolling?
We're going to continue to see some activity as we head through the nighttime hours tonight and into tomorrow. It's going to be a quick hitter, but it's going to do a lot of, I don't want to say damage, but it's going to move quickly and it's going to leave its mark. Let's put it that way. Let's take a look at this morning, though. Quiet conditions across the region here on this Monday. Of course, today, not the activity. That's tomorrow. We're tracking, kind of giving you about 24 hours advance notice. Go to the camera network and you can see outside the WYMT studios this morning a little bit of fog maybe out there trying to form across parts of our region, but for the most part pretty quiet over Whitesburg. All quiet there as well this morning. Satellite and radar, we head out the door again. No major issues this morning. Not really anything going on in the way of cloud cover for that matter. We zoom out though, that's where the action is. Back off to our north and to the west. You see all that green, pink, and blue indicating that cold front that is rolling toward our region. It's going to pull some Arctic cold air behind it. So just something to keep in mind as we head into the next couple of days. 22 Monticello, 29 Jackson. That's the kind of the range this morning. Actually 30 there in Y. Just noticed that temperature went up just a little bit this morning. So a chilly start to the day. So a little extra on the coffee meter as you head out the door on this Monday. As we take a look at the out the door forecast, we are going to see temperatures climb quickly. Low to mid 50s today, so you can't beat that. But we pay for it with clouds moving in ahead of that cold front tonight and then rain changing over to snow by tomorrow morning. I'll have the rest of the forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. Will.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, two teens face charges this morning in central Kentucky after police say they threw a rock that hit a Boyle County deputy in the face. Police say the deputy was responding to reports of someone throwing rocks from a bridge near Lexington Street early Sunday morning. His cruiser was hit by one of those rocks, which came through his windshield, causing the deputy to crash. The pair are charged with assault of a police officer, criminal mischief, and leaving the scene of an accident. Sheriff Derek Robbins tells us his deputy is lucky the damage wasn't any worse.
The rock itself was big enough that if it would have hit him in the right spot, it could have killed him.
Now, the teens are being held in Adair County. Police say they were sent videos and tips to help track down the teens. One person was killed and two others were wounded in a series of shootings early Sunday in Cincinnati. Investigators are still piecing together what happened, but say officers found one victim with a gunshot wound in an intersection downtown. Officers later found another gunshot victim a few blocks away. A third victim was found near where an SUV involved in the case was located. A neighbor took the third victim to the hospital. One of the victims is in critical condition and the other is in stable condition. There are no arrests or suspects at this time. Meanwhile, police just to the north in Indianapolis are looking for a man who shot 5 people, including a security guard, at a bar early Saturday morning. It happened at Brotherman Tavern downtown. A club member says the suspect had gotten into a fight with another member and the security guard kicked them out. She says 30 minutes later he came back and just started shooting. We are told 3 of the victims are in critical condition. The other 2 are stable. A woman and 2 children were killed in an apartment fire in Oklahoma City early Sunday. It is unclear what started the fire, but firefighters say there could be another victim, another child that has not been found. 8 apartments were damaged as a result. One man reportedly couldn't make it to his front door, so he jumped off a second-story balcony to escape the flames. He suffered second-degree burns. Well, at least 20 people are dead and dozens more are wounded after 2 bombs exploded in a church in the Philippines. Officials say the first device went off inside the cathedral while the other detonated outside, targeted 2 hurt first responders coming to help the victims of the first blast. The nation's defense secretary said officials believe the bombing was terrorism and will hunt down those responsible. Now back here at home this morning, officials with the Southwest Virginia Community College are raising money to help one of their own who recently lost her home to a fire. Brandy Martinez works at Mountain Empire Community College in Big Stone Gap. Early Saturday morning, her Proctor Street North home caught on fire and was destroyed. The Red Cross has been contacted to assist her and her family. You can find a link on how to help on our website over at WYMT.com. Well, officials are also trying to figure out what led to a fire in Louisa. In a Facebook post, the Louisa Fire Department said they got the call around 6 Sunday morning about a fire on Public Way. 2 people were able to get out of the building and 1 pet was rescued. Firefighters say no one was hurt. Well, Sunday morning was busy for firefighters in Rockcastle County. Crews from Mount Vernon and Brodhead responded to a commercial vehicle fire near mile marker 56 on Interstate 75. Our own Willie Hope was actually caught in that coming back from the All-A. The southbound lanes of the interstate were shut down briefly while crews cleaned up debris, but are open this morning. No one was injured. No words on how the fire started. Deputies in Clay County arrested 2 men after needles were found in plain sight inside the truck they were driving. Deputies got a reckless driving complaint about the truck, which led to a traffic stop. The driver, Denny Cunningham, and the passenger, Christian Roberts, were both arrested. Deputies also found a controlled substance inside of the vehicle. The pair face multiple drug-related charges. Also happening in Clay County, fast police work helps find a stolen car and a suspect. 35-year-old William Wolf is charged with receiving stolen property. Clay County police say they were told about a stolen car around 5 Sunday morning. 4 hours later, that car was found in Whitley County. That's where Wolf was taken into custody. He's being held in the Whitley County Detention Center. Behind bars and facing a host of charges, including 5 counts of murder. That's where a 21-year-old man is this morning following a shooting spree in Louisiana. As CBS's DeMarco Morgan tells us, he was captured more than 1,000 miles from the crime scene.
Dakota Terrio was booked into the jail in Richmond County, Virginia on Sunday. His arrest marked the end of a multi-state manhunt that began a day earlier in Louisiana. Sheriffs say the suspect had been living with the family of his 20-year-old girlfriend, Summer Ernest. Inside their trailer on Saturday morning, he allegedly shot and killed her, as well as her father and her 17-year-old brother.
There was no red flags. There's no sign of anything, so we have no motive at this time.
Investigators say Terrio then went to his parents' house.
He shot both his mother and his father. Based on information we received at the scene from the father, who was still alive at the time, he gave us the information necessary for us to cut warrants on Dakota Terrio for 2 counts of first-degree murder.
As the search for the killer got underway, police say Terrio was already headed north to his grandmother's home in Virginia, over 1,100 miles away. Deputies were there when he showed up after an all-night drive.
She called this morning looking for the officers to go by and make sure that the house was safe for her to go into. While the officers were there, the individual actually drove by. He drove up into the driveway at that time, had a pistol in his hand.
Terrio dropped the weapon and surrendered without incident. He's facing 5 counts of first-degree murder in Louisiana. DeMarco Morgan, CBS News, New York.
Now, authorities say the suspect was living with his girlfriend's family for less than a month. They say his parents had recently asked him to move out of their home. Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some of music's biggest acts were in California this weekend for a convention that showcases the latest music equipment. And later, we head to Hollywood to get you caught up on all your entertainment news in your Eye on Entertainment report.
We're keeping an eye on the potential for a winter storm and some bitter cold air that could affect the mountains this week. I'll have the latest in about 2.5 minutes.